Yeah, I mean, like, you're looking at this composition from Weibo and you're going to say, yes, absolutely, plenty of engage, plenty of great ways to kind of isolate and kind of, you know, take out team fights with the tidal wave, the Nair ultimate, and of course the explosive cast. But as you mentioned, you're relying a lot on this Lucian for your burst damage in those big kind of team fights, or at least your consistent damage, I should say, in these team fights. Whereas OMG, they've got themselves so many ways of kind of getting onto your backline, getting onto this Lucian. The Cassante off in that mini Nair form, it just feels like it's kind of taken so many hits, so many small little nerfs that have just made it so vulnerable in a lot of different situations. But we'll have to wait and see. OMG 1-0 up in this series, looking to get themselves a 2-0 and get themselves their first win of the series and potentially give Weibo their first loss of the series as well. Weiwei still waiting patiently off to the side as they go all out now onto Xiaohu, who has the flash. Does he able to get away? I don't know if he can. They're going to flash in with the Q. The bubble is fantastic. And Chris picks up first blood. Weiwei patient and able to protect his mid laner.
Weiwei was sitting out of vision in the alcove that entire time, and when the opportunity arose, he went for the kill, and that is going to be first blood going over towards Weibo Gaming and extra security around this dragon in terms of the vision. But really good stuff. Weiwei once again doing his thing, counter jungling and letting the enemy team fall into his traps. Really good start for the side of Weibo in this game too.
Really, really well done there. And again, it's just small little patience there, knowing that Weiwei was coming from behind. It meant that they could go for it. Xiaohu, I will say, does get caught, but they had the numbers to respond.
Yeah, Cream, he thought he found an angle onto Xiaohu, but the final Gragas ultimate just displacing a little bit and not having the follow-up damage to finish off this Gragas was the difference, and a really nice bubble to stop the Cassante from moving away. It is going to be first blood going into Nami's hands, but I'm not too mad about this because Imperial Mandate is still extremely strong. So her getting the 400 gold, really good stuff. Especially when you have champions like the Aphelios and the Lulu that will work of scaling, while Weibo Gaming, they're the ones on the timers and they're the ones feeling the pressure. You see Weiwei constantly trying to get something done on these side lanes, but they just don't have the setup currently because of how respectful Abel is playing on this Aphelios, which we saw him crack a little bit in game 1, but so far so good.
Weiwei's still here. And the pop down the culling to try and just get a little bit of damage.
Nice
good
bubble.
They're going to see they get the heal out of him. They do. They get the wild growth as well. This is before Weiwei can get in. He's going to try and get him on top of the tower, and he will, but Weiwei will lose his life because of it. The Lulu picks that particular kill up. Aki is here, but Xiaohu TP'd in as well with Cream. So both top laners kind of moving in on the bot side to try and see if they can maybe cover the mid lane, but that should mean the tower, despite the kill going over in favor of Weibo, OMG should be able to secure this particular objective.
Doesn't make the biggest difference, but they are going to be able to obtain vision for this Rift Herald, which does seem like it is going to be the next contested objective. But OMG getting rid of the Cassante and the Aphelios Flash is very big for Weiwei and Xiaohu to play off, as Xiaohu didn't need to burn anything outside of the cask. So this potentially, if Abel isn't too careful with his Lulu not near him...
Oh, he flashes in to get the explosive cast back up, but there's the Moonlight Vigil trying to keep him alive. He just can't do it. The paranoia was just a distraction from OMG, but I mean, this is the thing that I kind of talked about, is that Abel is one of those kind of carries that in game 1 looked exceptional, couldn't put a foot wrong. Game number 2, just not really respecting the lack of vision, kind of moving forward to put himself in harm's way when he had a Lulu who, no offense, that's kind of their job.
Yeah, this Gragas is doing wonders to really stop Abel from having fun in this game too, and this is the big change up or switch around for Weibo Gaming compared to that game 1, is that in game 1, Cream was constantly putting pressure onto Xiaohu, who was Lysandra, and he wasn't able to find any picks due to getting caught, but this game, he's free to do whatever, and Weibo is starting to slowly get the tempo on.
Aki is here, but does not have the paranoia. They do have a Mega Nair available, so the Shy not going to get hit by the Dustbringer. Maybe they still commit to it. There's a good equalizer here. Doesn't actually do a huge amount for the moment. They are going to try burn him down as he goes into mini, but immediately Shanji gets hit by the Q flash from Weiwei. Flashes away, trying to make sure he can keep himself alive. And Aki hits the Stride Breaker, so Flash is burned on both sides, but at the end of the day, nobody dies.
Shanny is still making his way there, so it is a 4v5 right now. We have the green and white for Abel.
TP over the top. They don't really have ways of getting anyone outside of this pit. PP got on the backside. Here we go. They're going to jump straight in. They're going to jump straight on top of Abel. And it's going to be Aki going down. The bubble lands. And they cannot do anything about it. The tidal wave as well to make sure everybody gets washed upon the shore. And Weibo, I mean, look, for OMG, God loves a trier. And it is definitely an attempt, but it's just, they're just too far behind. They had to go for something.
Yep, this Baron attempt was definitely a cry for help as they were just trying to force something to happen. We have PP God sitting on the other side of the wall as well. Shanji is making his way there, but there was just so much damage coming out of Weibo Gaming. It wasn't enough as Aki gets instantly burst and Xiaohu follows up very nicely into this choke. And usually we call these the T1 Baron because you're so far behind, you're just going to force a 5v5 and hopefully win. Unfortunately, OMG, they got the shorter end of the stick and now they are further behind.
Light and Crisp getting much more priority in that bot side. Things that can be aggressive, that can make things work. They're going to try and make a fight happen right here, right now. The explosive cast separates everybody out. And even when you throw everything in the kitchen sink at you and you still come out with nothing, it's just not going to be enough. The Shy trying to see if he can get his Mega Gnar in just before he goes mini. Flash forward by Shanji as he goes into the overheated mode, the all-out to separate the Cassante away. Double kill coming in here for Light. And honestly, this could just be the game right here, right now.
It really does seem like the games as the solo laners of OMG are now down with the Baron buff and the TP is coming in from Xiaohu as well. I'm not too sure if they're going to just settle for inhib and also the bottom side inhib, but it does seem so. The game is just going to go on for a little bit longer.
A little bit longer, but it's definitely not going to be a good spot here for OMG. They've just not had a way to get into this game whatsoever. 2 inhibitors will be falling. Not a single tower taken by OMG in this game. Didn't even get a dragon. Did he get a Rift Herald? I don't. Yes, they did. I believe they got a Rift Herald top. But like outside of that, and 2 kills, not near perfect coming out here from Weibo.
I would love to get a replay of that previous fight because Shanji was desperately trying to get his hands onto Light, and we do get a replay. So this whole thing starts off with OMG being the ones that initiate, but Light plays with his spacing so incredibly well, where the melee champions of OMG's composition is just struggling to get their hands onto the carries of this Lucian, while the Shy, he's just being a little bit of a decoy on the side. But look at Light, they try to go for him again, but he just dashes away so perfectly once again. So OMG, they're running out of options, and it does seem like Weibo Gaming working towards that top side now as they suffocate OMG's base.
I mean, the thing is that the Shy can stay here. He's got a hull breaker available to him, so he can just kind of put the pressure on the tower. He'll melt it in no time at all. And while that's happening, mid lane, bot lane, all being pushed in by super minions. You're going to have to deal with this now on the side of OMG. You're going to be so much pressure around you from all sides. Then you're a full rapid-fire cannon behind your enemy AD carry. You haven't finished up a second item pretty much on anybody else on the side of OMG apart from your own AD carry. So you're going to need a god tier play or a massive throw from Weibo for you to try and come back into this one.
You need a 5-man Rumble ulti.
Oh, they're going to go for a 2-man one. They're trying to burn down the Nami, but cannot do it. Aki going a little bit too far forward and will be punished for his aggressive streak. And that means that the tower is still going to stay alive, though, for the moment. A good flash away by Weiwei. The base is getting destroyed. This is what I was talking about. There's Xiaohu trying to go in on top of the AD carry. The Shy take it very, very low, but he'll take out Shanji before he dies. He won't even die. And Light just zooms in to take out the rest of the carries. It's only Cream and BB God, and the base is being battered by minions. We're going to a game 3.
And for tonight, no one expected this series to go to 3, but Weibo Gaming, they come back in this game through Xiaohu's picks and through Weiwei going for those constant counter jungles. And OMG, they're going to get wiped.
Dominant game from OMG in game number 1.